All right, everybody, what's happening? Welcome to today's edition of SWAC Smoke, man. Y'all know how we do. It's Thursday. Um, Let me start off by saying, man, this is like the third. This is like the second time I'm supposed to not be here. It's like, man, every time I get ready to take a vacation, man, we find out the day before we leave that the weather is super stupid up north, man. So they got like 15 inches of snow up north now. So ain't no way we taking that. So try to push it back again, but we here and we're gonna do our thing, man. Of course, Sewell's in the house, got Jamie G over there. Y'all see that soldier rag up in the top, because that's how we do. We get down, man. We get down for our crown. Um, and my boy DJ gonna be joining us a little bit later, man. He gonna hop on with us and chop it up too. So y'all gonna have a full crew in here in a few, and y'all, we're gonna do what we do. So, man, Jamie G, how you doing today?
I'm good, man. I enjoyed my holiday. How was your holidays?
Man, it was not that bad, man. I spent Saturday watching football, Sunday watching football. All my Christmas lights fell off the house on Monday, so it's like it was a good weekend, man. I can't complain, man. I actually made it. I actually made it to 12 o'clock on New Year's Eve. For the first time in a couple of years, bro. It was a struggle, man. I had to play every game I got just to stay awake.
Yeah, man. It was a struggle for me too. It was hard for me. I just create me something to do for me to stay up. So I understand.
Man. Them days of staying up past 12, man. It get hard, bro. Like, yes, I ain't gonna even lie to you, man. A 6 o'clock game be pushing it for me when I get home at 9. It's like be time. But man, we got a lot going on in the SWAC world, man. We got basketball going on. Of course, you still got football going on. You got recruiting going on. You got the portal going on. You got all kind of stuff going on, man. So, happy 2023 to y'all, man. Since I don't have a job that I got to write no more, I don't write the previous year, because when I was working an office job, man, I used to write the previous year for like half a month. But I don't have to write no more at work, so it's all good. What's up, Blue?
Man? I see Blue.
Hey, that's the GOAT right there, man. If y'all don't know about Blue, man, y'all better know that dude is doing it. So, man, let's start off with I'm gonna steal a topic from a show that I was listening to earlier, man. And I ain't no affiliation, but I'm gonna go ahead and plug him, because I like to give people credit for what I hear. But if y'all listen to Locked On HBCU, man, that's a good show right there. He was talking about Ed Reed being hired and not a lot coming out about that. How you feel that there's not a lot of news or any kind of buzz going around Ed Reed being hired after the original hiring? Like, it's really nothing being said. And I know he's not a boisterous guy, but I don't really see a lot of buzz going around.
Yeah, me neither. I guess Ed, I don't think Ed too flash of a guy, and he's not gonna bring a lot of attention right now. I guess he must be just trying to, put together his staff and maybe do some recruiting on the back end. But I mean, I expect Bethune-Cookman maybe to get somebody to be over the social media and all the other stuff to kind of push the narrative on his hiring and everything. But I hadn't even heard of a formal introduction for him to be, welcome in as the head coaches neither. So I don't know. Maybe it's maybe it's a reason all this is coming about like that.
Wait, hey, asking you shall receive, man. Straight from the man himself. You're probably not gonna get anything till his press conference, and he probably still, I don't know his contract at Miami. He might still be, fulfilling obligations with that. I'm not speaking for certain. I'm just saying. But just everybody else, it's not like a huge buzz about it. Like you said, man, I expected to see some offers. I've seen a couple offers, guys announcing offers a few days ago, but not a lot of stuff going on. But ultimately, it only really matters, when he get down to work. Now he behind the 8 ball a little bit. Signing day ain't that far away. but we'll see what he do. I will say Valley working now, man. Coach Wade is working at Valley, man. He putting together a staff. They recruiting. I will salute him, man. He hit the ground running, and I think next Monday Valley gonna be announcing him officially as head coach.
And he's putting together a pretty nice coaching staff as well.
Yeah, I mean he working with what he got, man. And like I said, sometimes you get that alum to come in, not all the time, but sometimes you get that alum to come in, man, and they understand what it takes and they want to see the school do well. And I think that's what he owns. So I'm liking what I'm seeing from him. I'm even seeing Pine Bluff doing a little work now. Just because now let me say, just because you making offers everywhere don't mean you really getting these guys. But sometimes as a fan, it's good to see that kind of stuff. It's good to see things going on, because as a fan, you can get a little restless sometimes.
Oh yeah, I agree.
I mean, not that y'all got that problem, because boy, y'all Coach TC is busy, boy.
Oh yeah, yeah. TC putting in that work. I know they entertaining a few recruits. I think on yesterday and maybe a little bit today. So hopefully we can land some big time names soon as well.
Yeah, I see they got a few guys on campus. I know they already committed, but both the short boys is up there. That sounds so funny to say. I'm not calling them short, but the short brothers, they both up there. I saw them taking a little photo shoot. So that's a solid group of guys right there. That's big time ballers. I think Southern hosting a few guys on the weekend. I ain't really heard no names yet, but I know they supposed to be hosting some guys. So it's a few things going on. That's always good to know. But
what about Luke Jackson? You think Luke Jackson gonna be a Tiger?
I will say, man, I will say from his, I spoke to his father yesterday, and he said he wanted to be a JSU Tiger. So he got a couple other people that hit him up, a couple other schools that hit him up. What's up, Los J? Welcome to the show, man. They had a couple other schools hit him up, but I think JSU gonna be the move, because I know he's trying to get in school before for the spring semester, so he'll probably end up at JSU. I feel like that's probably the direction that it's gonna go. So I mean, like I think if it happened, man, I think JSU getting a very good kicker. I just say that for sure.
What you think about Hamilton from TSU being in the portal? Man, that's the best cornerback in the SWAC.
Yes,
is in the portal, man. I was quite shocked, man. What's up with that, TSU fan?
Man, I saw that yesterday, and I talked to my boy Craig Hall. He a big time TSU dude. All the TSU people know him, and he basically told me, man, that he trying to see what his worth is out there, and he picking up some offers, man. I was definitely up. You heard it here first.
Yep.
JSU got them another quarterback. Good Lord, bruh.
I already heard that news 2 days ago. So I didn't want to break that until I, officially, it was official, but I ain't heard it that had already been set in stone.
Well, I mean, I unofficially knew it when he announced the visit, so I was like, he gone. So hey, if somebody know Coach Dooley, man, y'all need to tell him, man, to get on the horn, man, and make something happen, because he still need to find him a guy. That's what he's looking for, a portal guy. But that's a very experienced guy, man. I had a chance to watch some of his highlights. He got a nice arm. He really veteran guy. He SEC starter. Started 4 or 5 games in South Carolina. Started. I forgot where he was at before, St. Francis or something like that. Started there, and so he got starting experience. So it could be a veteran guy to help groom them younger guys, man, because you still need somebody with some experience in their locker room, so in their quarterback room. So it's not a bad move at all.
I see Ty Key's still available, Mr. 2A player of the year, Mississippi, man, the QB. Hey, that'd be a nice pickup for somebody in the SWAC.
Yeah, man, I saw his name still floating around there. And they still got if you in the market for a quarterback, man, they still got a few guys in there All it's not the end all be all, but if you just living and dying on that, then yeah, you probably struggling a little bit. But the portal closes on January 18th, so you're gonna see probably a rush of guys going in the next week or so. So you're gonna have your options out there. But everybody, like I said before, man, that JSU train ain't stopping at all.
Yes, sir.
And I know a lot of people was like, really celebrating that that it was over, but it ain't quite over just yet, man.
Yes, sir.
But I see Coach Worm still getting out there a couple guys that's been going in the portal. Southern had a couple guys going to the portal. He didn't got out there, so he trying to pick up some of his old guys. I see Prairie View out there recruiting. Everybody seem to be working, man. So I'm kind of liking what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, me too. There's some real good talent out there. Definitely, it really is. And somebody in need of a quarterback. It's definitely some great
Yes, indeed.
Portal for real.
Man, I think I saw they got over 5,000 dudes in the portal, so I'm sure you can find whatever you want in there if you looking hard enough. So and they're still high school guys, man. You can't shut out the high school kids just for portal guys, man. They still got a lot of talented high school kids out there that's not getting looks because everybody going so portal heavy. So that's a move that can still be there. And this is not SWAC, but it's SWAC adjacent, I guess you could say. Kevin Coleman going to Louisville, man.
Yeah, man. I heard about it, but I knew you can't keep a talented player like that down for long. So I mean,
oh no,
congratulations to Kevin, man. I'm gonna surely miss him in the SWAC at Jackson State, but man, go be great in Louisville, man.
Oh yeah, man, go do what you do, man. Hey, I ain't gonna never hold nobody back, man. What's up, Big Thriller? Welcome to the show. Like I say, man, it's open season right now, so I think a lot of people can make some things happen if you. The one thing is, man, I think everybody's only a couple moves from being in contention because all you got to do, especially on the West Side, all you got to do is win enough games to make the championship. So if you can win 4 to 5 SWAC games, let's say 5 because 4 is like 4 and 4. If you can go 5 and 3 in your division, you give yourself a good shot at least on the West Side. So we all you need to do is get you a couple guys, man. But I think this season gonna be very interesting. But I don't want to rush it. I want to take my time and ease into it. Anything else you seeing out there?
Did I see anything else that piqued my interest? Nothing at the moment right now.
Yeah, but like I said, man, it's some things bubbling. But I will say, good numbers from the Celebration Bowl, man. They had a really high attendance number compared to a lot of these FBS bowls. So I think that's something that's really can be taken into consideration and being happy about. I see a lot of people talking about a 4-team playoff, with the Celebration Bowl as the end of that, man. What you think about that?
Man, I think it's interesting, but I kind of like the format it is now. I mean, I think it determined a true HBCU champion definitely this year because when North Carolina Central knocked us off, I think it surely shown who was the true champion with the MEAC and the SWAC. So I think playing that extra game really is not beneficial because you don't want anybody to get injured and potentially be knocked out of not playing in the national championship. I think it's more so for revenue and I just don't see the need for it.
Yeah, I don't think that is something that necessarily needs to be done. Some years it probably is, but to be honest, this season I don't think there was 4 teams that was, that was deserving. Now, out of the top 2, it's a crapshoot. You could, I mean, if you want to throw FAMU in at number 3, that's cool. But after that, anybody could have been number 4. I mean, do you take the West Division champ that got blowed out by the SWAC champ twice? Do you take a team? Do you take a team like Prairie View that lost to that team by double digits? Do you know what I'm saying? Do you take Alabama State, who I don't think they finished winning record, or maybe they was 6-5? Do you take Howard? I mean, it's like after that, there was no great team. So I think if you got 4 solid teams, then yeah, it's worth it. But I don't think that extra game is worth it for the 2 top teams, man, especially JSU, because as the SWAC champ, you're gonna be playing an extra game, So it's just, I really don't think that. Yeah, I mean, I give or take, fam. I don't think they was 2. I still think they was probably 3.
I just think they need another bowl, though. Honestly, I think probably like if they want to do some more, like 2 extra HBCU bowl games, I would be with it. But as far as playing an extra game to determine a national champion, nah. I like to see a Heritage Bowl or some form of a GM Bowl or something with the HBCU teams. And hey, that's what I like to see. I like to see bowl games.
Yeah, I think that's because that way I think you could get the revenue going, because like this comment say, shout out to my brother-in-law right there. That's a lot of money to be spent if you if you a team that play a rivalry game like a Jackson State or Alcorn, Southern and Grambling, you play a rivalry game that last week, then you got the championship game, then you're gonna have a playoff game, and if you win that, then you're gonna have a bowl game, and that's 4 weeks of money that you're spending, and that ain't even taking into account if you go to homecoming, if you take road trips, I mean, that's a lot of that's a lot of money to ask from your fan base that you routinely count on. Now, it's just one of them things that it sounds good on paper, and I mean, I think it can work in the right situation, but you're gonna get them years where you're gonna have teams in there that probably don't deserve to be there, because I don't think that and right before Christmas, so it's like on top of all of that, so it's like that's I think some years you may have had that opportunity, some years you might not. Then what if 3 of the 4 teams is SWAC teams? Are people gonna fuss about that? It's like it's just it's something worth checking out. But I'm definitely in favor of another bowl game, especially like a week earlier. For the you can have that game and then the Celebration Bowl. But I think anything to generate the revenue is a great thing.
Right.
All right, y'all. We being joined by the man himself, Mr. DJ. What's up, man? Welcome to the show.
What's going on?
What's up, there, DJ? Happy New Year.
Same to you, Doc.
Happy New Year, man. What's going on out there in the Gump, man?
Man, not a whole lot. A little basketball jumping off right now. That's about it. Official visits.
Y'all got a busy weekend this weekend out there on terms of visits?
Visits? Yeah, they kind of started earlier this week, so pretty much all week. Yeah.
So y'all must be ready to lose Saturday, man. Y'all ready for the buzzer beater? Woo!
Oh, we finna put something on y'all Saturday.
Yeah. That man came right in there with it. Before I want to talk a little basketball, but before we do that, we were talking about a 4-team playoff. Like leading up to the Celebration Bowl. I wanted to kind of get your thoughts on something like that.
Yeah, I'd be with it. I think it'd be a very good thing, man. I think that would garner some more attention, more viewers. I don't think we could lose like that.
Yeah, I think the one thing that we was both saying is like, having an extra game for, like your SWAC champ, is like that, I don't know if that would be, one of the issue, because, everybody already was talking about, the MEAC being off so long, that's something that we was talking about. But I'm all for anything to generate revenue, man, as long as they get them butts in the seats, man.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think that we should compromise a Bayou Classic or anything, though. A lot of people fight me for that, but I don't think that should be compromised. You just can't cut that out.
Oh yeah, I mean, that's a no go. I mean, I know a lot of people don't like to hear that, but that's a no go, man. It's like if that was the case, it would have been happened, man. Let my chair down, man. I feel like I was sitting like 3 feet higher than y'all, man.
Yeah, I saw one comment where they were saying you had to move the Celebration Bowl to New Year's, and that's something you definitely don't want to do because most people are watching those New Year's Six bowls. So you know that we would definitely be in competition with those New Year's Six bowl when it comes to those views. So
yeah, and I mean, you know, playing in Atlanta around that time of the year, you got the Peach Bowl anyway. So it's like, you know, or whatever they call it, you still got that going on. You know that, you know where you're gonna play it, and like you said, I like where the game is in terms of this year they put like a bunch of different bowl games on there this year, but typically it's only like a couple, and you are like the main game at the beginning of the day. So I think that's, you know, when it comes to eyes, I think that's a good thing, man. But it still all depends on who go, because, you know, if you draw two teams with, you know, bad fan bases, you know, maybe you know, the curiosity draw some eyes, but, you know, other than that, it's gonna be iffy.
So what other cities could be a possible host for some of these extra HBCU bowls if they were to happen? What would be some good places?
Not New Orleans. I see people all the time talking about New Orleans, man. New Orleans is not cheap, y'all. I don't know how many of y'all New Orleans tax on big games, man. Especially when you're a little bit darker than everybody else, man. They're gonna try to get them dollars. So I would leave New Orleans out there.
I mean,
Dallas,
if you talking just, you know, maybe playoffs or something like that, you ain't talking about championship game. I honestly wouldn't see an issue with them using the Crampton Bowl. Like,
I think that's a good size stadium, man. Yeah. Crampton Bowl, or Lad Memorial, or Rice Totten Stadium.
Nah, I think in Montgomery too, what you can do is you can sell the fact that it's black. You can use the civil rights stuff, the Legacy Museum, have both teams tour that one day, which is extremely, you know, if you haven't been there, if you come to the Gump, go to the Legacy Museum. I've been a couple times already, and I plan on continuing to go because there's so much information, so much to take in. You can't get it all. It's like watching a movie over and over. You get something new every time you go in there. So I think it'll be one location here would be really good. You know what I mean? It's a lot that people could do that surrounds Black history.
Yeah, I think that's a good thing. Of course, man, he is the ambassador of Montgomery, Alabama now. I mean, he got a good point though.
I just keep it real, man. That's all. It's just something that I happen to know about now.
It just so happened that's what he at. But you know, I mean, he would have. I know him well enough now, man. I know he would have said that no matter where he was because that's how he get down. But I agree with you, man. I think somewhere like that you can make it more than just the game, because you still have to make it be more than just a game, because you know, you got to attract other people to come. You got to attract fan bases, and having it somewhere like that in a stadium that size, I think that's what you need. I don't think you necessarily need a huge stadium for that game unless you just know that you're going to draw them kind of teams. But I thought Dallas, but I don't know if that's, you know, out of the way for a lot of, you know, but you know, there's a lot of people live in Dallas that's HBCU alums, so you know, maybe that can do it. But I think anywhere that's warm weather, obviously, it is a winner.
Yeah,
so maybe like somewhere in Florida.
MEAC, then Dallas would be a little far off for them. You talking about, you know?
Yeah, that's, you know. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think. I mean, there's a few places that you can do it. I would think that you wouldn't necessarily need a huge stadium for the first couple games. and have the Celebration Bowl as your big game
Right.
that you can pack it out. I think that would be better. I think that would definitely drive the interest up for the Celebration Bowl. If you can't go to the to the playoff game, then you definitely want to get a ticket to the Celebration Bowl to see a team play. I think that would be good. Charlotte is a nice place, you know. I mean, you got to think about the MEAC people. So I wouldn't mind them kind of things, them kind of venues to play at.
What you do, you have, if you got 4 teams, you do one game in the SWAC area and then one game in the MEAC area. That make both fan bases travel and both get one close.
I think now that's a good point. You know, you can that way you kind of satisfy everybody. You know, if you want to get, maybe you can't go see your team because your team playing, out in the SWAC area, you can go support one of your sister schools. You know what I mean? I mean, because to me, for any game like this, it takes more than the fans of those 2 teams to make it work. And I think that's one thing a lot of people, overlook sometimes. They just look at the 2 teams playing, but you got to get the locals. You got to get fans from other schools. That will make the Celebration Bowl so good because other schools turn out. It's an event. Which I think about on-campus sites for playoffs.
I mean, I think that's really good as far as revenue and being able to draw crowds. I mean, I don't have a problem with that either. I actually like that a little better.
Interesting.
Man, that place is a no-go. that place is a dump, man. And I'm only saying that because I used to live near that stadium, man, and I've been there multiple times. They done fixed it up a lot, but it still ain't good. And they probably gonna close that thing down in a little while when the Rays get a new stadium anyway. But I never liked baseball stadiums for football. I don't know if y'all ever been to a football game in an actual baseball stadium, but I don't like it, man. What y'all think about playing in New York?
I don't really care for that, but
unless it's a baseball game. I don't think you want to go football in New York. Ain't no bad idea though.
Not in the winter.
I was gonna say, man, I know some people that didn't go to Bayou Classic. It was cold outside and the game was inside. I don't know about people going and sit outside and watch a football game.
Most people ain't gonna go from down south anyway because that's extremely expensive. You're gonna fly. The older crowd definitely ain't gonna go.
Bus trip. That's a long bus trip.
Nashville and Memphis.
Hey. What about St. Louis? They got a stadium that don't really get used that much.
No,
I'm not. I wasn't being funny, man. I was trying to make an honest.
No.
Hey, this man got some jokes today, man. What about Boulder?
Hey, man, we got to leave Prime out of the conversation, man.
Man, we had moved on for Prime.
Man, the only Prime I know is Amazon Prime, man.
Optimus Prime.
Exactly. Hey, but since it came up, man, and I want to just get this out of the way. Me and Jamie G were talking before we went on the air. Have you watched any of that documentary series?
Yeah.
What you think about it?
I mean, it's about the same as it was last year. Same type of thing. Like it ain't nothing special. Most of it you done seen on clips of Instagram anyway. You know.
You already know the ending.
Yeah.
And it didn't end with.
It ain't too much special.
Yeah, I hold on. I'm gonna come back to this comment, man. Hell no.
Birmingham.
No, indeed, man.
Unless it's AB Stadium.
That's the only place, man. Legion Field, nah, man. Birmingham on everything, though, bro. I ain't gonna talk too loud because they probably got my Google Home tap. They probably getting all my information right now, but they want their hands in it. But this comment was saying for this past season, they would have had before. This is obviously before the Celebration Bowl. They would have ranked FAMU 1 and 2 with Central 3, and then A&T Alabama State at 4. I still would have had Central at number 2 going into the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't think FAMU was. I mean, they won a lot of games in a row, but I wasn't super impressed with them. But they did what you need to do, which is win games.
You would have a problem with, say, like if Central would have had to travel. You think they're gonna come from North Carolina all the way to Jackson, and then from North Carolina to Atlanta?
Yeah, I mean that to me, that's the one thing that you kind of have to look out for, man, because I feel like you stretching wallets, man. But I mean, if you got the fan base that's willing to do it, and maybe for them, since they don't have that game right before, they can stack them chips when they realize that they about to make, they about to win the conference championship. It might work better for them, but I don't really feel like MEAC fans turn out that great no way. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a topic for another day. But
let me ask you this: what y'all think about? I kind of got a little complex about NCAT even being involved since they're not in the HBCU conference no more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, still HBCU, you can't take that away from them. I don't take that away from them, but it's like I'd rather get that spot to somebody in the SWAC or MEAC. I ain't gonna. Y'all don't want to be a part of it before. Don't be a part of it now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with it, man. It's kind of like you don't mess with your family, but you still want to come around for Thanksgiving to eat. It's like no, bro. You don't rock with us all year. Why you want to come around? Cause mama cooking this good food. It's like you either in or you out, man. And I don't have no ill will toward none of them schools.
Right.
You always feel like you got to do what works best for your program. But from everything I'll be hearing, a lot of them people not even happy with these moves. But you chose that life, so you got to live that life. You can't be half and half. So I would personally leave them out because you're not MEAC, you're not SWAC. I would leave them out. I totally agree with that.
They the same way too.
Yeah, all of them. Hampton, anybody, man. Even if Southern left, I would feel the same way because you're not in it no more. It's like you either down or you're not down. You can't be half and half. So I totally agree with that.
I just came up with this cool idea. Say like the teams that don't make the FCS playoff, right? And then, so could it be cool for like, say the team that got left out on the bubble, take and face some of the SWAC competition or MEAC competition, maybe that came in second or something, and do a bowl like that, just to see what.
I will say I don't know the specifics of the rules, and I don't know. Blue probably getting ready to do his show, so he probably not here no more. But I do know Chattanooga. Somebody was trying to do that where they were trying to play against another team. I can't remember who both the teams were, but they were trying to put together like a bowl game. I don't see why you couldn't. I mean, you didn't make the playoffs, so you still got that extra game. I think it would. It would be one of the situations where you have to find somebody that's willing to do it. Find somebody that's gonna bring some people because a lot of them. With Austin P. A lot of those teams. It probably be good for them, but I don't know financially. What if it would work, but. I don't see a problem. I think it's something that would be, maybe could work if it was done right.
Yeah.
You already know how I feel.
I know.
If I ain't invited to your party, I ain't invite you to mine. It's over with.
Hey, I didn't even look over there because I know you, brother. Hey, and I like that though, man. You got to, you got to stand on what you feel, but. I mean, if y'all remember, I don't know if y'all remember, but a few years ago, the Ivy League was trying to kick something up like that. And I'm like, bro, y'all not coming no Atlanta for no game against against Alcorn. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, y'all just trying to get in there to get that check that we getting, because a lot of them schools want that money, man. Otherwise, they wouldn't all be rushing to move up.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, don't let the rhetoric fool you, man. These people got to pay bills, and they see that $1 million check coming in. Of course, they want a piece of that. So I would think at some point, it would happen. I wouldn't say Benedict could, 'cause I don't think they financially is there, but you got to add I think what it is, you got to have like 15 or 16 sports to move up.
Sports and enrollment, all that stuff. Programs, academic programs.
Mm-hmm.
But I did see they supposedly waiving the attendance requirement to move up to FBS. So a lot of people ain't got to worry about that. But I don't really see, unless somebody get a big push, I don't really see any of those D2 teams moving up, because a lot of those teams you see moving up from D2 are really FCS teams in disguise, man.
Like and a lot of FCS schools are D2 schools in disguise.
Yeah, you got that right. Everybody ain't exactly what their level is. You know what I mean? Nah. Some of us been around long enough that we grandfathered into where we at. So it's like you kind of, I think you're gonna see in the next few years, man, depending on what go on with the Power 5 schools, because I feel like they moved. I feel like they split in a few years. I think you're gonna have like 2 or 3 different divisions anyway. So within what is Division 1 now. So I think, they're gonna have some haves and have-nots get left out, man. So man, let's transition a little bit. I'm sure we're gonna have some comments that bring us back, man. But let's talk a little basketball, man. SWAC basketball opened up this week.
Yes,
Monday had some really good games, man. 3 1-point games, 2 buzzer. Well, Southern had a buzzer beater. JSU had a big 3 late. Prairie View made a good run on Grambling. What y'all think about the season so far? I know it's early, but what y'all think about the season so far?
I think it should be an exciting year, man. I don't think, of course, like we said, it's really early, but I can't tell you who I feel like on the men's side is the front runner right now. And even on the women's side, I didn't see Jackson State yesterday what they women did, but Monday they beat Alcorn by like 9 points.
Really I think it was 10.
Yeah, it wasn't no blowout. Like
it wasn't no blowout.
I thought it was going to be a blowout. And scores don't always tell the story how the game really went, but I really don't know who's going to be, because I honestly thought Pine Bluff was going to start conference better than what they did, and they haven't. So I mean, you really don't know what's going to happen. TSU done dropped 2 straight.
Mm-hmm. So I think TSU missing a few guys. Honestly, I think they missing. Well, I know they was missing 2 or 3 guys against Southern. So they're gonna probably get that team together as the season goes on. But I think it's wide open, man. I think anybody can win, because when you go on the road, man, it don't matter who you play. When you go on the road, it's tough. So somebody gonna have to go on the road and pick up some wins. I think I like Bama State women's team, man. I think they're a solid team. They're gonna have a tough test this weekend, but I think that's a solid team. I still like Pine Bluff team on the women's side. They that's a tall team. I think they got some good talent. Grambling playing well, huh? They don't shoot well. They can't shoot
defense, but they can't shoot.
I think they the only team shoot worse than Southern, because Southern not really a shooting team, and Pine Bluff don't shoot at all. But they got they a big team. But I think it's wide open on both sides. So what you think about Bama State right now, DJ, on the men's side after 2 games?
My prediction prior to the season was middle of the road. I think we're gonna make the tournament. After 2 games, playing Valley and Pine Bluff, I don't want to get too excited. No disrespect to them, but I think we're gonna be. I say middle of the road to maybe finishing as good as 3rd, maybe. I think we got pretty good shooting. We decent down low. I ain't gonna say amazing, but we decent down low. But we got pretty good shooting. Pretty decent team overall. Got a little depth. You know, we got a couple guys that come off the bench, contribute. Pretty solid team, man. I ain't saying SWAC champions, but I ain't saying bottom of the barrel either.
You think they at least gonna be in that 8?
Oh yeah. I say no lower than 5.
Yeah, I mean that's a good place to be in the middle, man. You find yourself. Yeah, that boy, Mortal from Texas Southern. That boy is a beast, man. That boy had 34 against Southern. I think he hit like 20 something against Grambling. That's a player. TSU always find dudes, man. I'm never surprised. What you think about JSU so far, Jamie G? I mean, y'all only played one game so far, but what you think so far?
Hey, like I say, I can't really make a prediction right now or give you any thoughts because I hadn't seen them yet.
Well, I honestly, I'm expecting more offense from JSU than they normally, Coach Wayne ain't believe in offense, so like they ain't do nothing but play defense and score like 50 points. So I think they're gonna be a little bit up tempo than they used to be. But I think Alcorn, coughed one up at home. Southern, first half Southern is the best, man. And if I could take first half Southern, I would take them to win the SWAC championship. But second half Southern is, I don't know, man. They fall asleep. We blew the lead against Texas Southern. We had a 15-point lead. Blew the game, went to overtime, had to come back. Almost blew a 15-point lead at Prairie View on yesterday. So I like that team, man. I think they lack of size catches up with them in the second half. If their shooting is not good, but I think they're gonna be in the mix. I think they're gonna finish, the top half of the conference. But I think we're gonna come out pretty well. It's gonna be an interesting thing. I'm gonna try to go catch Southern this weekend. They play FAMU on Saturday, so try to get in there and check that game out.
Check my boy Jordan Tillman out, number 23, FAMU.
I definitely. All right, I'm gonna keep my eyes out on him, man.
Yeah,
see what he do.
They lost to Cookman. He hit 19 in that game though. He's a scorer.
Yeah, they need that because FAMU another team that don't shoot well, man. They'll pull shooting team from outside, especially. So if they can find them some scores, they'll be dangerous. I know they're gonna come in, fired up to play Southern because it's always, a game that they're gonna be up to the task. What y'all think about the news that the NCAA tournament might expand? Y'all think that'll help HBCUs, or you think that's just gonna go to other more power teams?
I'll let DJ go on that.
I mean, I don't know if it's gonna help. To be honest with you, if we win our conference and we still got to play a play-in game, I think we should get an automatic bid. But man, I don't want to hear nothing about the play-in game is an automatic bid. Because think about it. It's not even set up for you to make a run. You're already playing extra games.
Yeah. I'm gonna be real, man. I only like it because it actually counts for a win and you get paid for it. But like you said, you're playing a game to play the best team because if you the play-in, then you number 64 and 63 and 64. Mm-hmm. You're the last two teams, so you playing to play the best two seeds. I think if you're gonna be in a play-in, then you should be able to get in at a higher spot. Even if it's like 13 or even if it's like 14 or 15, I think that's better than playing a tough game, most likely against a team that you match up well with to play against the number one team in the tournament. I just like it because you get paid for it. But if it could be avoided, if I gotta play number one, I'd rather just be straight 16 and get it out the way, But I just feel like something like that is going to be set up more to get more of those 500 teams in, them bubble teams. And we still going to be, left out because you got to have Lindsey Hunter Jackson State team to get a good seed in the SWAC, man, and that was in '93, and we stole that from them. So it's like you never, I've seen some really good teams in the SWAC. I think 1 year Valley ain't lose but one SWAC game, and they still got 16. So I don't know if we ever gonna be able to move up from that.
Are you talking about that 2000? Was it the 2009 season? When Valley
I think it was around that time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we definitely have to win more games. We need home games, man. I mean, I know everybody, the money and everything, but I just think we need some more home games. That helps a lot. One thing I will say was good this season is nobody on the men's side came in the conference play like 0-12, or 0-13. Everybody at least won one game, so that at least makes it look pretty good. And it's I just don't think we got it, man. Yeah, that team should have beat Arkansas, man, in '95. I remember that game.
Oh yeah, that was a classic.
I think we match up well with Southland teams, but it's hit or miss. But I think we do fairly well. I think we should be beating the Southland in any sport we play them in, because they right there. I mean, that's your closest conference. I think we should be outdoing them in everything, personally. See, we got anything
Jamie
else
G,
coming?
Isaiah Range. Isaiah Range coming to town Saturday.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Isaiah Range, TJ Madlock.
I was gonna say, what about Madlock, man?
What time the game?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's 5:30.
Okay.
The women play like at 3:30, I believe. 3:00, 3:30.
You coming to town?
I'm not sure just yet, but if I do, I'll let you know.
Yeah, definitely let me know.
He might have to. He probably got to fire the private jet to get there, but he'll let you know.
Nah.
Man, one thing I did want to touch on, man. I saw, you got to kind of be careful when you see people fussing about stuff on social media. But I saw a lot of people. Well, not a lot, but I saw some people, complaining that they can't find a centralized location to know where all the games are streamed at, because pretty much every school now streams their games, the basketball games at least, on YouTube, except for FAMU do theirs on their Facebook. But how y'all feel about, should the SWAC do a better job of putting those games on this, like putting the links to those games on the schedule? Because I don't think they really do that.
Yeah, well, it should be on the SWAC website, at least.
Because I saw a lot of people saying, that they wanted to watch some of the games and they couldn't. I just think that either the schools need to do, I think the schools need to put it out there more, that you can catch these games on our sites, or both them and the SWAC. I think everybody can stand to do a better job of promoting those games. Because I mean, football sells itself, but basketball need that love too.
What about
probably
the
don't.
HBCU Go presentations?
They just now finna start doing a basketball.
Yeah, I think they start Saturday.
They not. I don't know if they're gonna do a ton of them. Also, I think people don't want to promote streaming basketball. This is just my thought. I don't know any truth to this, but because they feel like people already don't come. So if you stream it and you let everybody know, they really not gonna come.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean that's a good point. I mean, that's a good point. I mean, but if they're not coming anyway, it's like, why not? But yeah. I mean, I definitely. I mean, I can see that. That's one of them thought processes like they used to have about the State Fair Classic. They didn't want to televise the game because they felt like it would eat into attendance. But I think if you can show people what the atmosphere is like, then they maybe they'll be enticed to come out to more games. But I don't think all games are the problem, because when Grambling come to town, many don't gonna be full. When Jack's come to town, people gonna come. I think it's getting those people that come out when Valley come to town. It's just people pick and choose. Yeah, try to get something to benefit from it. Hey man, we got a request, man. He said, "Can you tell him to put the time on the screen?"
You keep the time. You gotta have a stopwatch at home, man. You keep the time yourself.
Do it on your phone and sync it to the game.
We can't give you everything, man. It's free. You already ain't paying. We can't give you the time too.
That's a premium feature, man.
Yeah, that's premium. You get the time.
It's like YouTube Premium, man. You want to play your videos with the app off, you got to pay for it. You want the time, you got to pay for it, man. Yeah. But I think from the games that I watched this week, I thought the production was pretty good this year. I haven't watched Bethune-Cookman yet. They
chill out, man.
Theirs was rough. I ain't gonna do it to them this year. I'm gonna hope Ed Reed bring in some extra money and they up their production values. Yeah, TSU and UAPB is the first HBCU Go game this weekend, and they are covering the men and women's games, so that's definitely a good look. So y'all can check that out. See Pine Bluff at home. First HBCU Go game. Pine Bluff. Boy, look at the Golden Lions getting them a little shine right there.
Hey, actually, that women's game, that game was the littest game out of the two. That game was a really good game, man. Had the crowd involved.
Oh, Bethune-Cookman and Southern on Monday. HBCU Go. So that's a pretty nice 1-2 punch to start. Hopefully everybody get an opportunity to have a game on there. So, well, of course they're gonna have the time on the screen, man. HBCU Go. they got the production value, man. Hey, it's gonna get there, man. We're gonna take it step by step. At least you got the score on the screen, man. Don't be don't push your luck. Some people don't put the score up there. I watched the Grambling game and the dudes was talking like they was on the radio. I'm like, hey, you ain't go. No, that's backwards. I listened to the game on the radio and they were talking like it was on TV. Like, you're not gonna tell me to score nothing. Like, how I'm supposed to? I only know what team scored by listening to the crowd, man.
Speaking of stuff, out of the SWAC, so it's Land, Isaiah Land, and Aubrey Miller in the Senior Bowl that's only the SWAC representatives.
I think so. That I heard so far.
Yeah, I'm ready for that Senior Bowl, man. I'm ready for the HBCU Legacy Bowl too.
Man, they stocking up some dudes in the Legacy Bowl, man. Xavier Smith got added, man. My boy Drake Sinners from Texas Southern got added. Corian Harris from Southern. Of course, my boy Bubba McDaniel is gonna be there. So in Bubba that I'm now. So hey, I gotta see my boy play one last time.
Bubba's sister gonna be there, ain't she? Does she be at Southern games?
Yeah, man, the whole family be there.
Yeah, I gotta sit in the Bubba section. I'm trying to sit in the Bubba section.
They from Alabama, man. Hey.
Yeah, from Dothan, right down the road.
That ain't that far. See, right.
But I mean, you gotta get a chance to meet the family first.
a meet and greet, huh?
Yeah, meet and greet.
Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. Hey, we'll see if we can arrange a meet and greet.
Yeah.
Man, but we went a whole show without it, man. Shout out to James Houston, man. Rookie of the month, Rookie of the week, man. That dude is playing, man. I got to give him his props, man. He making the most of his opportunity, man, and he's showing that guys get that chance, man. You take advantage of it. So I definitely want to salute him on that. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look and see. I'm assuming ESPN probably gonna still be having the tournament action covered with they horrible cameras that they give us for the tournament. Cause them boys was filming on 1990 cameras at last SWAC tournament. It was rough.
That was the worst quality to be on ESPN Plus.
Oh yeah, man, it was
It was horrible.
Yes, indeed, man. That's to me. That's and you know we could do a whole show on ESPN and you know what if it's really worth it, but they don't. You know, I mean, I know the home games is you know up to the schools, but when it's something like that, man, I really think, man, you got to give us a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, especially in the turn. Oh, what's up, Rod, man? Welcome, man. Thank you for tuning in. My boy Rod, man. Y'all check that man out, man. He got a nice little setup going on over there. So y'all make sure y'all check out Rod Uncensored. It's bad enough that the tournament is played in an empty arena. I don't think we need bad video along with that. You know what I'm saying? I think that's you know that's a little bit too much. So sticking with the tournament, man, what you think about playing a tournament like at the home of whoever is first place?
Hey, that'll be pretty dope though, right there. I think that would save some travel. You know what I'm saying? That'd be interesting to have that home court advantage. Hey, I wouldn't mind them doing that.
Let me ask my boy. We just was talking about maybe hope the number one seed host the SWAC tournament. How you feel about that?
Oh yeah, didn't they? Oh, you mean like the entire SWAC tournament?
Yeah, the entire thing.
The only thing about that, I like it, but you gotta have a city that can accommodate that. So if Pine Bluff was to be number one seed or Valley was number one seed, can you accommodate? You know, I don't think it's as many fans, you know, like it would be for football, no matter what. But still, can you accommodate them teams in the area? How many hotels you got in the area?
Yeah, that's a good point, especially up in the Delta, man. Ain't too many places to play. Los Jaycees just playing in Houston because you already know who winning it. So I mean, they had it though.
Nachos, and hot dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Keep everybody fed. I mean, like I said, I think like you say, I think it just depends on who it is. Because you got to be able to house everybody, and you know you don't want no bad situation like you know somebody got to stay further than somebody else, you know, because Lord knows if you play somewhere and you had to stay 10 minutes further than somebody else, you know, if you lose, somebody gonna say that.
Yeah, if you got it in Pine Bluff, everybody gonna have to stay in Little Rock.
You know? How far is that?
It's about 50 minutes, depending on where you at in Little Rock, but you know, 50 minutes on the bus at least.
And all I know is, man, Pine Bluff not the easiest place to get to, man. At least to drive through it,
man. It's very easy, man. Very easy to get there, man. All you gotta do is be in a car or a truck and drive. If you follow GPS, it go take you right on through there. But no, that's a hard place to accommodate a lot of. I mean, we got the King Cotton Classic there, though. You know, so somebody might
sausage and the hot dogs.
No, King Cotton is basketball, high school basketball.
For this.
That man must be hungry.
I was like, okay, I thought they got it brand like a sponsorship.
No. King Cotton Classic, man. You got high schools from all over the nation come in and play.
I mean, they could accommodate that. They could accommodate the SWAC because you know, and I mean, you know, to be honest, nobody bringing a lot of people because it's during the week. Mm-hmm. But you know, if you set up for a good championship game, I think the only problem with hosting, if the number one team hosting, is if they don't make it to the end. Because then you looking at arena that's probably not gonna have nobody in there because ain't nobody but me go and see Valley and Alcorn play for a championship and Southern not in it, you know. I used to love when the SWAC tournament was in Baton Rouge, man. I used to want to skip school and go. It's the first round, Prairie View and Alabama State, 11 o'clock in the morning, man. I want to go to school when I could go watch that, you know. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of competition that come in play in terms of, doing that. But maybe just, maybe Birmingham just not the answer. But, this is not a bash Birmingham show. I'm sure Birmingham's a cool place. I've been there once or twice. So I'm not going to really talk bad about them because I don't know who from Birmingham. I don't want y'all to jump me when y'all see me. So it's all good. So, man, we coming up on that hour, man. What y'all brothers got going on, man?
Well, for me, hey, Saturday, plan on going to the game and checking out Alabama State JSU, and hopefully we come out with a victory. But if not, I understand.
That's it.
I understand.
I like that. I'm gonna say that one. What about you, DJ, man? What's going on at Bama State, man?
Of course, we on the road this weekend, so I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna try to make that trip because I'm going to Pine Bluff the next week. So I don't know if I want to do all that driving. But if I don't go, of course, I'm gonna be tuned in watching something, one of these games, and just chilling.
So is there on the Bama State side, man? Is there any extra oomph because they playing Mo Williams, or do people just like?
Oh yeah.
They're trying to get their lick back, huh?
Before the season even started. Yeah.
So I guess it's good that the first matchup y'all play twice, don't it? Because I know some people only play once.
We played them once.
Oh,
year.
So this the only one? Oh, I was about to say. I was gonna say at least you get the first. At least you get the first one in Jackson. And then he ducking.
Hey, my boy Eddie Robinson pulling up though.
he ain't got no reason to come to Jackson no more, man.
He welcome in Jackson, man.
I'm saying I'm saying he ain't got to come there to check. He ain't got to come there to check nobody no more. So he ain't got no reason.
Say his ops is gone, huh?
Yeah, man. He ain't coming up there till they play the game next year. So he ain't got to worry about rolling up on nobody and putting hands on them again. Man, hey, I mean, y'all hear this every year. I mean, they not wrong, but y'all, if y'all gonna beat TSU, y'all need to beat them early, man. We get the first crack at them. So we got 2 victories in Texas for the first time since 2013. So I love to, I gotta take advantage of the historical moments because the state of Texas ain't been kind to Southern Baton Rouge. The state of Alabama be rough on us too. So we struggle in all them places. So let's get this out. That man pull up Patrick Beverly.
Man.
That's a rivalry game though, ain't it?
Woo, yeah, but he showed act like he did win the Odell NBA Finals, man. Game 7. I was like, yeah, dang, just a one SWAC victory.
Hey, but I think what they was like their second win though, so like he had a chance to get too many dubs, so you gotta appreciate it. And it's all corny, they probably were talking a lot of noise in there too, so you gotta get your hype. But he better be ready, bro, because them Hornets is coming at him, man. Them Hornets coming to sting, man. They got some dogs, so it should be a good weekend, man. Like I said, I'm gonna be in the mini dome watching Southern play, and as far as what I got going on, man, I'm gonna try for the third time to take my vacation, bro. I think this is the most cursed vacation I ever had, man. It's like both times the day before we left, we found out we couldn't go. So hopefully I'll be able to go this time. But if not, then y'all will see me again. Man, Los J, that's what we do, man. We talk trash, man. We talk trash regardless. Hey, you know that. I heard them Southern people in there. And I heard them Southern people at Prairie View. I don't know how many it was, but they was in there now. Don't let us be winning. We insufferable when we winning. But man, like I said, man, we're gonna go ahead and wrap this thing on up, man. Y'all make sure y'all check out some SWAC basketball, man. Please go to some games if y'all could go, man. They need some people in the seats for real. Them. Oh, go ahead.
Before y'all go, did y'all already? I'm kind of late, but y'all already talk about Jason Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
talked
I see
about
the
it, but
committee.
you wanna add something on to it?
I was just wondering because he was supposed to visit Southern this weekend, right?
Yep.
So
Mm-hmm.
he committed
I,
before then.
yep. I knew. I would.
Is,
Hey,
is he still gonna visit?
I I don't know. I
I don't know if
ain't.
they want to spend that money on him. You know.
I mean, like I said, I ain't even saying this to be funny, but man, I ain't heard nothing. Like they supposedly gonna have some guys coming this weekend. I ain't heard not one name, so I don't know. I'm sure that they I'm sure that TC probably like, look, bro, you commit here, you just don't even worry about going down there, man. So
Ain't no
we gonna
way.
find.
Ain't no way you finna hurt Dooley feeling. You know he got his super hush puppy ready down there for him, man. Come
So
on, man.
my only question is this: I like the fact that I'm always big on teams because it's all on paper right now, but I'm big on teams who are deep in positions. You know what I mean? I don't like schools that your starter go down at quarterback and you feel like it's a huge drop off. I like to have two or three guys that can actually play. I don't believe in the term backup quarter. Oh, he's a good backup. What does that mean? That's dumb to me. Like, no, I want a good quarterback. I don't want to label you as a backup, but they both of them guys that they if he signs their commitment ain't don't mean he signed.
Oh
So
yeah, that don't mean nothing yet, but
but if he goes there with the other All American guy, most of the time I don't know why he's leaving wherever he's leaving, but most of the time it's due to playing time or it's due to something. But it's just kind of shocking that you would put yourself in another position, where they bringing in an All American quarterback. Not to say you shouldn't be confident, but if I'm gonna leave somewhere, I'm gonna go where I can be clear cut the guy. You know what I'm saying? If I'm gonna compete, I might as well stay and compete where I'm at.
yeah,
That's just my thought.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was the one thing that made me, kind of look funny when when it happened. Because I mean, everybody pretty much from day one, everybody been like Philip Short gonna be the guy. And you got the ballot out, and we seen what happened with guys that get the hype coming in and they
Mm-hmm.
don't pan out. But you also bringing in a kid that put up some good numbers in Texas. So you got two really good guys that's competing, and you bringing in this guy who loved for place. He didn't play at Virginia Tech last season. He played at South Carolina, but he didn't play at Virginia Tech. So he looking for playing time. I don't know if they feel like they need a veteran guy, to kind of help. But I feel like that's you're putting yourself in a tougher spot because these guys coming in are really talented, and you're gonna really have to step your game up. But
Mm-hmm.
I guess that's why they play the game. So we'll find out. But
Yeah.
like you said, anything can happen, man. With that portal, anything can happen.
Yeah.
I think it's good for Jackson State, but I also just, dealing with these student athletes and we all know what eligibility means. We know what it is, but working with it every day, like you ain't really got time. You get a freebie, the transfer, right? But you don't really have time to be just going places. Oh, I'm gonna go. But if I'm gonna leave, I need to leave and go where I'm gonna play. Because if I go leave here, go there, and still don't play like I want to, that's another year gone. You don't get this time back. You can't
Yeah,
do it no more.
and especially when you basically a 1 year guy, it's like why
Yeah.
would you, I mean, anywhere you go, you're not unless you just that good, you're not guaranteed to start nowhere you go. But I would go somewhere with a more favorable room for me if I got 1 year. Now, if I got 2 or 3 years, then maybe I'll go there and battle it out and see what happens. But if you got 1 year, you really betting on yourself, and you might win, but you might not. So if you wind up further down the depth chart, it's a gamble. But we had talked about this earlier too. I don't know if you saw this, but yesterday, Isaiah Hamilton from Texas Southern went into the portal. Man, that was some big news right there. I think he even got some pretty big offers so far. I know Kansas State. I think they offered him, or they're gonna offer him. So I think he looking to test himself. So we'll see how that turns out.
Yeah, that probably was some testing going on before he went in.
Oh yeah, ain't no probably.
Yeah.
You know how it go down, man. These people don't be wasting no time, man. They be making them connections ahead of time. It's like, man, that you got to play the game the way it's played. Nah, man, you try to do everything A, B, C, D, you get left behind. So it's a dirty game out there, man. That Portland's a dirty world.
So I know I'm finna let y'all go because I'm late, but are we gonna, even us as black people, we gonna start using it like JUCO system? Pretty much
like
just kind of like we come here, we for the culture or this or that. We have one good season, we gone.
I think so. I really do, man. Because if you look at and I was talking to my boy the other day, and it was like Kansas State love them SWAC guys, man. They had 2 guys from Prairie View move up, and now they after Isaiah Hamilton. So I think it's gonna be a farm system, man. These kids, they see all this stuff on TV, and they feel like that's where they need to be. So yeah, you come in and you put up good numbers one year, and then you hit the Portland, go to Wake Forest or somewhere, and hopefully you play. But a lot of times the dudes make the moves and don't play. You could stay where you at and put up better numbers and maybe make the NFL or XFL or USFL or whatever. I think that's the way it is, man. I think it's a form system right now, and that's the one thing I don't like.
My boy, I don't know if y'all talked about him a lot this year, but Nathaniel Tank Dale at Houston. You familiar?
No, I don't know.
If you ain't, you will be. I mean, he just declared for the draft. Number one, just go look at his highlights, Tank. I'll send it to you. Beast at Houston. You know where he came from? Alabama A&M.
No.
Yeah, he was him and Juice Jenkins are like best friends. They came in together. They was both out of Daytona Beach. He went to A&M. He left A&M. Went to JUCO. Went to Independence, and then from Independence
Jason
to
Brown.
Houston. But I mean, the dude has been clowning the last 2 years at Houston. Receiver, punt return. I mean, electric. He's a beast. But that's something we could have had. HBCUs, but
yeah, I think man, I think you're gonna see a lot of that, man. Personally, I think you're gonna see 2 kind of transfers in the SWAC, man. You're gonna see a lot of guys going SWAC to SWAC because you see that a good bit, and you're gonna see guys going up to FBS because they feel like they wanna, like they got something that they gotta prove to other people or themselves or whatever. I can't knock nobody for what they do, but I can definitely see people starting to use, they all these schools, that's what they do now, man. They all they do is comb the portal, man, and see what they can find, man. Let's see. I've seen fans of schools be like, man, this guy not even in the portal yet, but this kid from Prairie View got 13 sacks this season, man. He'll look good with our uniform on. Like they already it's a draft, man. It's crazy.
So you don't think kids will be at one school for 4 years, 5 years no more? Those days are pretty much over with. Coaches can't build programs.
It's gonna be tough, man.
They start with a new team every year.
Pretty much, because I see a lot of coaches not even want to recruit high school dudes, man. They do, but I see a lot of coaches trying to go more with portal guys first and then fill in the spots with high school guys. So I think them days are you coming, especially if you're not playing, you coming and spending 2 or 3 years behind somebody else, and then you get your shot junior, senior year. Them days is gonna be few and far in between, man. It's like why should I sit behind this dude this year when I could go sit behind 4 dudes and wear an LSU uniform? That's the thing that, and I know we're going late, but that's the thing that really upsets me, man. If you're gonna go somewhere, like we said before, you gonna go somewhere you can play, man. Why transfer to an SEC school just to be the 5th string running back, man, and never play just so you can wear a T-shirt with the logo on it, man. Like, I mean, I know what it is, but you know, I think you get better from where you at if you already playing, man.
Right.
So just quit taking advice from people that don't got your best interest in mind, man. So let me leave that alone because I'm still a little not hot, but I'm still a little iffy on what Maurice Washington did last week. So, you know, I'm like,
oh, Maurice.
Yeah, like, I mean, hey, I hope you do well, bro. You know what I'm saying? But, you know, I think, you know, let me leave that alone.
With that soldier rag on.
Hey, that's right, boy. Y'all gotta put it on and be 10 toes down, man, and make it happen. So, man, let me go ahead and wrap this thing on up, man. I appreciate y'all, brothers, stopping by and kicking it with me today on the show as we normally do. I know we're not gonna be able to have DJ on there as much, you know, when everything start to kick back up at Bama State, but you know, we're gonna get him in from time to time.
Make sure y'all hit that like button too.
Oh yeah, man, definitely hit that like button, man. I guess we could put it out now, man. We was talking earlier about, man, if y'all know anybody that's a high school kid or even a portal dude that, you know, want to make an announcement on where they going, man, tell them to hit the socials, man. We can give them a platform, man, you know, because hey, we growing, man. Y'all better get on board, man, while we making this rise up the top. Because when we get too big, man, you know, don't be trying to reach up and holler now. You know what I'm saying? Catch us on the ground before the elevator start getting too high, man. But man, we're gonna go ahead and get on up out of here, man. So y'all have a good weekend, man. Y'all be safe, and we'll catch y'all on another edition of SWAC Talk. SWAC Talk and SWAC Smoke, man. I got too much stuff going on. Man, but we'll holler at y'all.